Now, first of all, let me bring you up to speed here. Okay, where's my, there it is. Where's my hair? All right, so this is my guy, and he started off looking like this. And let's see if I can just grab all these guys. Let's see. Oh, it's not going to do it. Okay. Well, so I'm just going to turn off all my layers here, just so you can see what we're starting with and what we got. Now, oops, let's put that on. So yeah, so this is my farmer guy that I just came up with. I came up with some hand designs, kind of stuff like that. And I didn't put his glasses on. I just kind of forgot that. And I didn't get his hat either. So I would probably go back and do that, but I'm not going to do it today because we're just going to set this up as a test. So what I did is first I made a head, and let me turn off my stuff here. Okay. All right. So where's my hair? So that's my hair. Okay. So here's my head. Let me zoom in a little bit. There we go. There we go. Let's move him down. Hand. All right, so there's his head. I've already put his hair in here, and I also put a deformation in here, bone deformation, so I can actually move his hair. So it's very simple. Let's see if I can show you guys. Move all this stuff over. This stuff all gets hid sometimes. And so I want to make sure that I'm on advanced animation. That's good. It's clicked. All right. And then all this stuff kind of gets thrown up here, and not a good way sometimes. Let's see. Okay. So there's that. Okay. So all this other stuff. These are tabs. This is actually there. All right, so hopefully I don't mess this up. Paranoid. Okay. All right, so there's my deformation. If I click on the actual thing, he said, nope, there he is. All right, so there's my deformation. Now I'm trying to find that one little button. That one little button that made everything not right. Where is he? There he is. Okay. You gotta move stuff around on Harmony a lot. Here he is. Is that it? There it is. Boom. Okay. So there you can see kind of, I put a bone in this hair. So if I click on the actual thing, now what happens is if I click on it, why am I not clicking on it? Oh man. Let me see it. Oh, I need to put my, there it is. Okay, so still not letting me see it. Oh, nightmare, the nightmare returns. Okay, why? Okay, not sure what's happening here. Welcome to Harmony 20. Yes, return Harmony 20. So what's supposed to happen is that you're supposed to be able to click on this, and I'm getting this little warning signal like, no, don't touch it. Don't you dare touch it. Not sure what that's all about. Because I have everything on where it's supposed to work. All right, I don't know what's going on there. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm just gonna ignore it, act like it never happened. But basically there's my head, and I've got my eyes. And what I've done with the eyes is actually went through and made more eyes. And if I use the bracket key, if you remember that bracket key, you can click on the bracket key. You go to eyes, you got to get on that layer. And if you hit that bracket key backwards and forwards, you can see I have a bunch of different eyes. So I have a blink, I have a blink opening, so I can look this way. I have that. I have another blink that way, harder blink if I need it, and that's about it. So I could go and make his eyes looking up and down and all sorts of things. I could put his pupils on a different layer and just move those around when I needed it. But right now, for this is fine. I have a bunch of different drawing substitutions where I can go through. I have choices instead of just his eyes open the whole time. All right. And we'll get him back to normal here. So you just want to get on number 1. Again, if you're looking at the library here, got to move all this stuff out of the way. You can see that's on number 6. So if I use my bracket key, I can go down to where the first one is, which is right here. All right. So same with the mouth. The mouth has a bunch of mouths here. If I use that bracket key and I click on the mouse, mouth, there we go. I use that bracket key, you can see I got different mouths, right? And that's what you want to do. If you're setting up a character like this and you have him talking or smiling or doing something, you need to have those different expressions in your library there, you see. And you notice as I go through here, it's only like 10 frames or so. All right. Okay, so there's a mouth, and then I got brows, same deal. I got brows. I can go up to the brows. I can do that. See, I can have mean. I can be, oh, what's that? Oh, I'm worried. Oh, right? So I have a lot of different choices, right? So I can dial up any of these things and get different emotions if I need to. All right, so those are all kind of the main facial things that I've got animated. I do have that, I was so proud last night. I got it all set up and I was like moving it. I'm like, yay, now today, I don't know, it's frozen. I don't know, maybe I left it out all night or something. But anyway, there it is. That's the head. And so let's move back and we'll show you what the body looks like. So the body basically looks like this. He's got a neck. If I take off his head, or not take off, I'll just delete it. You can see kind of what he looks like. Move this down a little bit. That's the other thing with this program, just like Maya, you're always moving things around to see, like, where am I? All right, so there's his body. It's basically I got a pole for a neck, and I have it high enough so it's not going to cut off. It's rounded at the top. So when I put my head back on and I move my head around, it should work. So it's hiding behind there, something like that. So let's go back. So now we got to put those arms. So we got arms, we got a right arm, and there's his hand, there's his arm. So turn off its hand so you can see how it's drawn like that. It's got black lines and it's got this kind of color of the skin with no black lines, because I don't want to have black lines like in here. So I kind of did that. And then I just kind of create a hand. And yes, you got it. The hand has different choices. So I can flip through that. I got that. I got this. I got this. And then I went back and I did it in reverse. Because I'm thinking, if your hand's like this, right? But what if your hand goes like this, or like this? Well, you need those. So I thought, okay, I'm going to put this one. Whoops. I'm going to put this one. So now you're looking at his hand kind of that way. So he's like, maybe I did this wrong. Let's see. But if you turn your hand like that, that's the inside of your hand. That's the backside. Anyway, we'll see how this works. I'm using a different key and it's doing it. Okay. So I'm using bracket keys, but I also noticed that on Harmony 20, you can actually use between the M and the question mark, those little arrow keys there, you can click through that. It does the same thing. So if you can't find the bracket keys, use those instead. All right, so as you can see, I have all these different choices for the hand, and I went back and I did that. So there's my arm. I only have it on one layer, so I'm going to actually bring that out to 10. I'm going to bring all this stuff out to 10. just because, and I could add some more eyes in there, but you know, hey, I don't want you to get bored. So I'm just gonna do that. So there are three frames of extra. So that'll sit there for a while. All right, body, we're gonna put that out to 10. And then we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna show you the legs. So we have I call this, and what I'll probably do is once you set this up, you can always go back and rename stuff. That's okay. You just can't add extra stuff like, oh, I'm gonna put a hat on him now, or oh, I'm gonna change a different eyes. I'm gonna make different eyes now. If you rig that all up, it's not going to work. Your eyes will be over here, weird places. It doesn't work. You need to get everything together when you do this. So anyway, so here's my leg, and I call it front leg because it's in front, right? It's actually my left leg, if you think about it. Right, left. But I call it, if you go with front or back instead of right or left, it'll be easier to deal with. So if you flip the character, then the legs will stay kind of front and back and all that. So anyway, so that's my front leg because it's facing us, right? And then I got a back leg like that. And all I did is I just put his legs. And if you look here, I'll turn off my body. It's just two legs. I got kind of a hip area there. I got his feet. That's about it. Okay. And then his arms, I've got a left arm and a right arm, and I still haven't called them front or back, but I will. But there's his arm, and I actually colored this a little darker, just a little bit to show that it's not the same. It's just a little bit darker shade of whatever that was. Okay. All right. And then what else we got? And then his hand, and it got his hand here, left hand. And, you know, there he is. He's moving his hand around like that, doing the same kind of thing. Looks very odd, like he's got some problems. He's scared. All right, so let's just take that leg and we'll shift plus it all the way to 10. And then this one here, that's an extra hand. So we'll just double that hand. So there it is. And then we'll just make sure that all the other things are on. The hair does have to, is right here. There's the hair, goes out to 10. And then the mouth is kind of stuck there. So what we'll do is we'll just give him a couple extra frames of that. And that's it. So he's all the parts are there. Now, the thing is, when you get all the parts together, you want to make sure they're on top of each other and all that. And looks like right now this arm is kind of behind him. So that's only because over here we see that here's his hand. Yeah, his right arm is here. And yeah, no, that's fine. I thought it was, I saw this kind of line. I thought, oh, it's behind that, but it's not. It's okay. Yeah, so the body's behind that arm. So that's good. You just want to check, make sure you have everything set up the way you want it, because eventually this is all going to change. So I do see some things on the hand that I don't like, but you know, again, I don't want to do this too much because I'm going to lose my audience. Everybody's going to fall asleep, even if you're asleep already. But see, I've got some weird issues there, and this is picky stuff, but see how that little flesh is kind of hanging there. So maybe what I would do is I would just kind of, to fix all that, is I just kind of select that one, make sure I'm on that hand. That's the hand. Yeah, that's the hand. Sort of grab it, just select it, and then just move it over. What's going on there? It's not, oops, I didn't get the other stuff. Hold on. This is why I don't want to do this right now, but okay. So there, we select everybody. Everything's selected. Now we'll just move it. Move it. Oh, wrong thing to move. There we go. There we go. That's better. Okay, not as bad. All right. So yeah, so just some hand fixes you just have to do. See, there's all this big chunk of flesh. So let's just grab that. And we'll just move everybody over. Might be my arm too. So I might have to check to see where's that popping. Okay, so I might, again, I could do this all day, and you don't want to see this all day, but that's not bad. That's not bad. See, I'm kind of hiding those little things. So anything that's like too much flesh, it might be a problem. Just kind of grab everybody and just move it over a little bit more. And that's what you want to do, is tweak this stuff, because you can't fix it once you connect the stuff. Then you have to go back and disconnect it. And, it's a real pain. And boy, I know this is not a selling point. Like you're like, well, that's why I'm going to draw. Well, it's true. You could draw all you like, and that's fine. But you should have some scenes that have maybe some sort of puppeted stuff, just because you could show that to an employer later on, and they might go, yeah, that looks great. Come on in. And then you come in, and that's it. All right, so there we go. That's looking a lot better. Yeah. Okay, so, all right. I'll make sure I got all my things here. And missing some stuff over here. I'm gonna move some of these tabs over. Not let me do it. I think I'll pull that back. This one button. Oh, there. It's behind this thing. So that's what I want. So if I click that, see if that little thing disappeared. All right. So, okay. So that's it. Any questions so far? If you're just waking up, we're
good right now.
rigging this thing. So now the fun begins. You did all the creative stuff. You drew all the stuff. You got the ink and paint. Everything looks great. There's your guy. He's tall. He's not like the little tiny thing. He's a big guy. And then this is using vector, because see, I can zoom in and it's not breaking up, right? That's a vector drawing. Won't break up. It looks good. All right, so there it is. There's my guy. And so now the biggest thing now is I have to take all these parts, and there's a pivot point on all these parts. I'll show you what a pivot point looks like. If I click this, the pivot point is right in the middle. See that little thing there? That's a pivot point. Now the pivot point on this is not in the right place, and it's not in the right place on all these things. Like there's his eyes way up there. The pivot point's there. So if I pivot, it's gonna, the eyes, there's the pivot point. The eyes will rotate around the pivot point. And so I have to go through all these scenes here, all these layers, and just center them out. So this is what you do, is you turn this stuff off. I'll turn off animate, because I'm not animating. I'm just going to get the pivot point. So what you need to do is click on, once you've got all the stuff laid, everything, go to that and just click on this up here. It's called rotate tool. You click on that, and there's your main pivot point. So with the eyes don't really, I'm not really gonna, I might be able to rotate them like that. So I want that pivot point right in the middle. So I'll zoom in, and I'll just click on it, and I'll move it up kind of like in here. All right, right between the eyes. So if I need to, I can rotate those eyes sometimes, maybe. All right, so there it is. And you notice when I did that, all in the series here, see? He's like, where's that? Somewhere. So the whole layer has that one pivot point, and they're all the different drawings, but they all have the same pivot point, and that's where it goes. All right, so that's it. And now it's just a matter of doing the same thing for everything. So you go to the head, and you say, oh, there's where the head is. So the head's a little different. The head's going to rotate from the neck. So it's going to rotate somewhere in here. So I'm just going to grab it, pull it up, find a spot somewhere in here, and just leave it. All right, now I'm going to go to the hand. So here we're going to have to just move things around. See, go down to the hand. So this is the hand that's being rotated right now. So we're going to go right at the wrist. So we're going to take it down about there in the wrist area. Okay. All right. So let me see if I can move my guy up. So we're kind of moving around now. And you can see his arm. So that's the right arm. So the right arm is going to be over here. So we'll put that pivot point. Remember, just go to that little button right up there. And click it and just move that pivot point over to where the arm is. Boink. All right. So it's going to rotate from the shoulder. Okay. And you don't want it kind of at the top because that's where it's going to go. So it's about in the middle there, something like that. It's pretty good. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. One of those things you gotta, you know, if you don't get it right, you can always go back and fix it. It just takes some time. All right. I don't know. Why is it? I don't know. Yeah. I'm good. Yeah. So I don't know if you can hear, there's more construction next door. Not now, of course, but okay. So there's the arm. Yay. So you're just going down your chain of layers. The body's going to bend at the where the kind of, you know, down at the bottom there. So a little hard to see. So I might have to turn off my legs. So you can see I'll turn off that leg and that leg. And so now I'm just concentrating on putting that kind of down, kind of in the groinal area, in the hip area, like right in the middle, kind of like that. So that way he's going to bend at the base. You don't want him to bend in the middle because who does that, right? You don't want to put him at the top or he'll rotate around his feet. He'll go like that. So yeah, so there he is. All right. So now we're going to go down some more. All right, here we go. So there's the leg. All right, so there's the leg, the front leg. It's in front of the character. So right now it's behind him. So this is something we can use later on. I'll show you. So there's that thing. So now we're just going to bring that down, kind of put it in here. And again, you can turn off your body layer to see exactly where you should put it. So let's get him a little higher, like right in there, because that's where he's going to rotate a lot. Maybe like that. Yeah. All right. So we got that one. Then we'll turn on this leg. We'll turn off that leg. And we'll go to this leg and we'll have to put that pivot point over here. Remember, it's rotate. It's not move tool. You think it would be move tool, but actually you're rotating. This is all rotation. It's not, you're not moving your character, your legs and arms like that. You're rotating them from someplace. All right, so that looks pretty good. All right, and then we got an arm. So there's his arm. So yeah, so there it is at the beginning there. We're gonna take it up, put it about in here somewhere. Now the body's kind of in behind that. And then we got the hand. And so the hand, let's turn off the leg. And let's see the arm. And so, yeah, so there's that wrist. So we want to kind of bring it kind of towards the top of that wrist, maybe in here, maybe a little lower, just a little bit lower. That's still not good. Just a little bit lower. Okay, I'll go with that. All right. And then that's it. Hooray. All right. So we turn on all our things, all our pieces. And now we're going to do this. We're going to, first of all, we're going to see if you guys are alive and if you have any questions. And if you're not, if you're like, who cares about the stupid harmony? I don't need it. I love Photoshop. I'm going to live forever on that. Well, guess what? You know, I keep saying this. I'm saying this now so you don't run into the real world and what? You need what? We don't want that. We don't want that to happen. We want you to get out of here and go get a job and then write me bad emails and saying, see, I did it. I won. I did. And then I call you, hey, can I get an interview with you? And you're like, I don't know, maybe. Okay. All right. So any questions whatsoever about this? So we're at that stage where we're just putting all the parts where we want them to rotate from. That's all this is. All right. Okay. And he's in the right place and everything. All right. So no questions. You're just stunned. Okay. So let me know. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good tea. That's tea, that is. Okay. So this is, yeah. So here comes the fun part. Now you're putting all your bones into this thing. And hopefully they'll work. I don't know why that other one wasn't working. So that's a default, I think, or something. But let's go through this now and just show you how to take all those facial features and put them on a head. Because you want your head, see how my facial features go with my head? Well, it doesn't really work right now with this guy. I'll show you what happens here. All right. So this is what happens with a character. If I can get over there, there it is. All right, so here's his head. Looks great. Spent all this time getting this all working, get all the different brows and everything moves. Oh, it's so good. Oh, you're so talented. Oh, okay. So now look what happens. So if we have to parent this, so the head is going to be the parent. So if I click on this, you see that he rotates. He's looking down, he's looking up, right? Yep. But his eyes and all the features aren't going where they're supposed to go. That's because they're not parented to this thing. Now, what you do is this. Can you hear that buzzsaw? The buzzsaw going on. Maybe my mic is really good. It can only hear me, but I'm listening to a buzzsaw right now. It's really annoying. Okay, so here we go. So you click on your eyes. What are you going to put in there? You got everything kind of above your head. So you're just going to grab all these parts. Oops. Grab all the parts like this. Right? Select everybody. And then you drag them and put them into the head. So this is what it looks like. You just grab them all and just go up to your head layer and you let go. And there it is. It's all done. But then you look and you scream. What happened to his facial features? Oh my God, no. Well, it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. You know what? I don't think did we do the mouth? We didn't do the mouth. Oh crap. Hold on. Let's reverse that. Before we do that, we got to make sure. Did we do the mouth? We did the mouth, right? No, we did the eyes. And then I think I don't think I did the mouth. Oh no. Let's see. Is it rotating? No, see? So yeah, it's rotating from his pelvis, which would be very embarrassing. So we're still okay. We just have to grab, remember, rotation, turn off this stuff. Let's just select this stuff. Just go to that there he is. See, we missed the mouth. Now the mouth is different because on this mouth, he's got like a little line up there. So I'm just going to take my mouth and bring it kind of at the top, kind of there, something like that. So if he rotates, I can rotate him there. So that was pretty bad. All right, so the hair is being controlled by this thing, but it's not. Why isn't it doing that? I did the hair. Did I do the hair? I did the hair last night. Yeah. Yeah, so there's his hair. And if I click on his hair, you see I can actually move his hair like that. That's okay. But then I put like this deformation chain in here, but it's not letting me show it. I don't know why it's doing that. It's being kind of nasty to me today. I don't know why it's doing that. That's weird. Okay. So I'm not too happy about that. Let's see, click out. No, it's not letting me click out. All right. So you know what? I'm gonna just take that deformation thing out of here just because I want to show you how to get this right. You're not going to suddenly leap into putting a bone in there anyway. So let's just get out. So all I did is just to get out of that, I just pulled it out of the box and let go. The box disappears. Let's see if the pivot point is still there. See, that's good. Hi. Actually, I realized I don't have his other thing on the other way, but don't worry about it. Just going to get through this day today. All right. So
Can you
browse
out of the box again?
Yeah. All right. Let me see if I can go back. Bing, bing. Yeah. So here it is. You're sitting here. You're going like that. You're going. Why is this happening? You're going over here. Turn this stuff off. It's not turning off. You're freaking out. You're going. Why? Why? People are watching. You're like, why? And you're going, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of that box. So all you do is you don't want to just delete it, because what happens if you go up to here and push minus, you'll delete this and you'll delete because it's the child. Your parent and child disappear. I don't want that. So I want to just get rid of that box. So what you do is you just click on the box and pull it up away from the box and let go, and it just turns it off. And I've already was smart enough to set this up with my pivot point last night up there, but I didn't do it. Let's see, the brows are there, good, and the eyes are there, and the head, and everything else is where it's supposed to be. So that's the main thing, is you just want to get everything, make sure that you have everything. Pivot point has been moved, and it is in various places on your character, because that's what you're going to pivot from. So you're going to pivot for his arm like that, hi, or like that. And this is a time when you can actually decide, is that where I want it to pivot from? Maybe not. So you just have to go to your pivot tool right here, rotate, and you could move it again. Just get them up a little higher. Maybe that's it. And so this is what rigging people do all day long. So you can see kind of where he's moving like that. Okay. All right. So I'm not going to go into the whole full testing, but that's what I would do, though, is I would go through, once I put all those pivot points down, I would move each part, making sure it's moving where I want it to go. Because you don't want to have to, this is a long process, and you don't want to have to go back and do this again, although you will, because you haven't done this before. Looking pretty good. La, la. See how stiff that is? All right, so we'll just Control Z that. And yeah, we'll go to this leg just to see. And all I'm doing here is just seeing how far he can go. Looking pretty good. All right. Now, I don't have separate feet. I could have separate feet if I wanted to, just like I have the hands as separate hands. But I'm not going to do that right now. So there's his arm. So we can rotate his hand so you can see kind of like what's happening there. That looks pretty good. So just a quick test, just so, I can show you this. So what I did have on is I'm not animating. I have that off, and I have this transform button on. And when you do that, this thing shows up, and then you can kind of see like where his arm is, where it's going to go, and his hand, left hand rotating. Might have some trouble in this one, but it's there. It does the job. Okay, good. All right, so now we got that set up. Now I'm feeling good. I'm thinking, okay, I'm on number 1. Great. Now let's put in those bones. So the first thing you do is to just turn off your transform button. And you want to go up to your toolbar, which is really hard to find right here, but I don't know. There's this big black thing that's interfering with me right now. Let me see if I can click on this to make it, make it smaller, but this thing here, who came up with this? All right, so there's my default stuff. Sometimes you got to kind of click and move things down this way. There we go. There we go. Ha. All right. So see, this is what I'm looking at. Whenever I turn on something, like I have that bones, well, I'll show you. Anyway, so here's the rigging tool right here. It looks like a wrench and a hammer. You click on that and you go to the scene thing you want to start to do first. So in this case, I'm thinking about his body. Now, I can make his body bend by putting in a bone. And so I might want to, there's this control here. See, this is like everybody. And then this is, see this little, as I go back and forth like that, those little eyes go up and down. But there's something called solo right here. It's a one-eyed kind of thing. And so that's where you can actually go to any of these parts and just solo them. So I can solo the body, right? So it cuts, everything else is hidden. So I can just concentrate on that. So I've got my body and I'm turned on my tool and there it is right there. In this case, I'm not gonna bend down like this way. I'm gonna actually go up. So I'm gonna make a chain of bones like at his butt. Like here, I'm gonna make a, and this click and go up to like maybe his stomach and maybe his chest and maybe the bottom of his neck and then maybe at the top of his neck. So I've made a bunch of bones there. Okay, so I'm gonna click on my, there, I'm gonna just click on this. So I've made that right now. And you see how it kind of shows you, that's what I want. That's, so it made this deformation thing chain. What I'll do is I'm going to click on deformation title here, since it's big. I'm going to click on it and call it bone, like BN for bone. It shortens that name a lot. So I know that this is a bone, right? So here, what you can do with that is you can just check to see how's this going to move. So he moves there like that. You can Control Z to go back. Here, he moves like that. And if stuff is happening too much in here, you can, this is called a articulator. It's this little round circle. You can actually increase it like this. And sometimes when you do that, it changes the way it looks. So you got to be careful. But if you can just increase it a little bit more, then it will give a more range. So when you go through here, you got to find that like that. See, now you're kind of looking to see, yeah, that looks pretty good. It kind of smooths him out a little bit. So he's not so like straight across, you know, like a right angle. It's got some, so there, so we got that. And then you got this one here, and see, you got to kind of watch out because that's why you have to see, there's this, you know, that's looking pretty good. Now the thing is with that articulator, you know, if you move this too much, and see it now, it kind of pushes it back. You also can turn on your bone tool or your your rigging tool and go into articulator, and that'll help. It used to. All right, that's as much as it's going to let me do it. All right, fine. Let me get out of that. Let me go back into transform. And then his neck is like, you know, that's good. See, so his neck is kind of, you see, it is kind of going to do something to his shoulders there. That's not too good. let's see if I can just take that top of the neck. And if I just could move it a little, let's see. Yeah, see, it's doing something to my shoulders. So I'm not going to have a lot of room, so you can't really do that. It looks kind of weird. But remember, I'm hiding it with those arms. So maybe I can do that, you know? All right, so that's just something that, like, putting some bones in there. You don't have to do that. But the few bones more is better. I mean, you'd have one at the base there, maybe in the middle, maybe at the top. Just keep it simple. You have too many bones, it's really hard to get to sometimes. But anyway, there it is. So we got that one. So now what we're going to do is this. We're going to go through and just kind of just kind of put everything together. So I've soloed that. So that's the only thing I can see, and it won't turn off until I unsolo it. So I have to make sure that I go to that layer that is being soloed right there, and I can click on it. And now I'm back. All right, so there he stands with his body. We're going to put his head on the body. So so this is what we're going to do. First, we got the head, and we have all the, oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, we got to put all the parts back on his head. That's it. All right, so let's go into that. Now this chain is here, and it's real annoying. You can just go up to this little control, show deform, and hide all others. You can click on that, and usually it turns off. Let's see if it's making me a liar today. It's making me a liar today. It's going, no. Okay, why are you doing that? All right, let's see. Am I not on? Oh, why is it doing that? Oh, because I'm over here. If I click on that now, come on. Oh, see, it's gonna have fun today. It's like it's not letting me turn off that little guy. Let's see, turn it off now. Nope. 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 You didn't say the night. You're not nice to me. You didn't say anything nice today. Oh, see, it's not letting me do it. Okay, I'm not sure what's happening there. Maybe if we get out of this, click on something else. Well, anyway, in theory, what's supposed to happen is you go over to this little button, you click on that, and it just removes it. It doesn't remove it, it just turns it off. So you can move to the next thing. So let's see if we can get to the next thing. Maybe you have to select the other thing and then click it. Okay, there we go. All right, got that? You're writing this stuff down? There'll be a test later. Okay, remember, midterms coming up. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Now we'll do that thing where we got everything where it's supposed to be. We got the head selected. We're going to go up to his eyes. We're going to go all the way up to the mouth. All the facial features on that head are now going to go into the head because the head just moves right now and everything stays there. So we're going to take all the facial features. We're going to just go over to that head, click it. They disappear. They don't really disappear. What they're doing is they're behind the head. So that's where you have to use this thing called nudging. And this is something that they don't really mention too much in some of the tutorials. But this is just a way of everything's behind. All my facial features are like behind my hand right now. And all I'm doing is I'm clicking on each one of those things and pushing it forward just slightly. So it's above that. And I mean, slightly above the face. Okay. So it's bringing it forward basically. So this is what you have to do for that is first of all, you should be in this. If you go to your preferences here and it's in general, if it's over here, it says this. Right now, it says focus on mouse enter, which means that as I click on certain items in certain windows, it's going to put a red line around that saying, this is what you're affecting. So you want to make sure that that's on. So there, it's on. Then you go to OK down here and click it. So now as you see, when I'm over here, I'm in this, I'm I'm in the timeline area. And then when I go up here, look, it turns it red. So I'm on the stage area. I can click over here. Now I'm over in the tool box area, that stuff. I can look up here. So now I'm affecting this stuff up here. I can go to toolbar, I'm affecting that stuff. I'm back over here. So it's just telling you, hey, you're here, you're here, you're here, right? And this is what you need to do is you need to keep yourself on the stage. So you're over here. So you're affecting this. You don't want to affect this. You want to keep your mouse over here, and then you're going to use your keyboard to actually to move everything forward. And you might have to do this one at a time. I don't know, but I'm going to try it all at once. And what I'm using, if you're using a Mac, you would use Option. You'd hold down the Option key. And then if you look at your keyboard under the Shift button, there's like those little arrows that are going like this up and, back and forth and up and down. You're going to be pushing the arrow that's facing you, that's pointing towards you. Okay. And that's how you nudge things forward. If you want to nudge things backwards, you would use the top button. And it looks something like this. So I've highlighted everybody. I'm going to affect this area here. And if you have a PC, you use Alt. So I push down the Alt button. I'm holding the Alt button. Now I'm going to push that little and hope it works. And it's not working because I'm not on, hold on, I'm on hand. I got to put on this. There we go. Okay, so I got my transform button on. Is that right? Oh, crap. Wait a minute. Well, it didn't work before. All right, so hold on. All right, so I highlighted, I'm in here. Let's see, I push Alt button plus, there we go. That's nudging. So it's all my facial features are here. Let me make this bigger so I can actually record this because I'm a little tiny person. So all my facial features were here. This is my head. And when I parented it together, everything goes behind. But by pushing that nudging, which is option key, hold it down, push that little button towards you, arrow key, boink, it pushes everything forward just a little bit, just a micro, thing in there. There it is. It's done. So now I've got my head and I can click on my head. I can get my mouse over there. So excited. There we go. So now see, so the head has a line and each one of these lines is parented. So everything, it's like I'm the parent and these are my children. My children are oddly named, brows and eyes and ears. So anyway, if I click on the head, so now you can see when I rotate, it works, right? That's what it's supposed to do. Yay, it works. All right. And so like if I scroll through here, you see now all the stuff works. That's great. And then, yeah, so let's go back. There he is. So that's how to parent all those things to your head. Amazing. Hooray, hooray. We haven't got started. Hold on. So now, yeah, so now comes the part where last week I think we went over bone deformation and all that. I showed you that, right? Just want to make sure. Maybe not. Okay. I don't know. All right. So
I believe you did.
What's that?
I believe you did.
Yeah, I think I remember that. It's hard to remember sometimes. But anyway, so yeah, so I got the head working. I got the body, but the body is not attached to the head. So
you need to show your screen.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bless you. Yes, that helps. Okay. So now, yeah, so I got this, the head's working great. It's turn on that and you can see when I rotate it, yep, it works great. Okay. And then over here's the body. So if I click on my body, You can see that now when I rotate it, so he's not attached quite yet. So let me undo that. And now we're going to drop the body and the head. And so all these parts right here, if you don't want to see them, you can click on this head and it swallows them up. So we're just dealing with the head now. And we'll swallow this up like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the head into where the body is. So we're just going to, same deal. We're going to pick it up and take it and put it, and this is where I get nervous. Wait a minute. Okay, so this thing is controlling the body. So we want to put it on the body, right? Yeah, is that right? Oh God. See, this is what makes me nervous. All right, head, let's try it. We'll just try it. Boom. Okay. So we got that. All right. So now if I hit the body and I rotate, yes, 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 it worked. Okay. So you never know. Okay. So yeah, so there's that weird thing, right? So we got the body and we got the head. So we can take the head and put it in between here. And hopefully now all the bones there are not in the head, right? Those bones are in the body. So that's good. So let's just make sure that I can do that. Oops, it's not attached. Okay, so this is like an attachment thing. I have to kind of do this. All right, so we'll do this. We're just going to switch layers here. We're just kind of making the body close to the bone box and the head's there. So this is where we would nudge it again. So we're going to go to that Alt. I'm on a PC and we're just going to push it forward, just that one little thing, and boom, now we're there. So now when we rotate this, it still doesn't do it, bastard. Oh, we're playing games today. Okay. Okay, so maybe I'm not supposed to put it on the body. Maybe I'm supposed to put it on the bone thing itself, which makes me nervous. Wait, if I put it on the body, there. So it attached it to the body. Now that should work, right? Right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you see what I just did there? So whenever it kind of indents, it just means that this is the parent holding the child. And so I took the child, which is the body, and I just put it on there. So now you can see how it's now attached to the head. And yeah, so it's where it's supposed to be. So I can rotate the head. Yup. I can rotate the body. Yep. Way. And let's see. And now here's the killer part. Can I, that is to say me, turn this on? Yeah, there it is. And if I can just kind of bend him, oh, look at that. Yeah, it works. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, so there we've rigged the head and the body together. Amazing. We still have time for the class. Great. Any questions so far about this? See, this is the fun part about Harmony. It's like you get to build a character, and then when you animate it, he's all set up. He's all on model. You don't have to draw a walk cycle. You don't have to draw him. You just use what you have. Especially if in a close-up, you have to do lip sync, you have to do all this. You can change this like this. Anyway, any questions so far about this? Is this interesting, boring? Let's see. We got some comments here. Still no questions yet. Did the screen stop sharing? Anyone else? Yeah. I'll need to restart my computer due to low memory. Oh, don't you hate that?
I just did. Yeah.
You okay? Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's good. It's that or losing your connection. So again, if I do disappear, I'll be back and just kind of hang out. All right. Do we actually have a test on harmony? Well, if you're using harmony, you need to test your, whatever you're working on, especially if you're doing a rigging like this, make sure everything's working. But as far as an exam, a final exam, no. The final exam is your film. Yeah, your final exam is like what you took from the class and learned. And if you used harmony and you're drawing it, what's the end result? 16 weeks have gone by. You've made a film or not made a film. So yeah, so that's the test. There's no exam. There's no, term papers. This is all production. So that's why I come in, I'm like, you got anything to show? So we'll take a look at stuff today. So if you have anything to show today, I'm going to give you enough time we're going to go through it. Okay. So go ahead. And if you want to put something in the chat just to me saying, yes, I have something to show, then I can check and then we'll go from there. But right now we're going to go back to the exciting conclusion. Well, not really conclusion, but we're going to get us all the parts working. Okay. So here's our guy. Here he is. And he's doing pretty good. And if I could get my mouse over here, there it is. All right. So we've got that set up. So now it's setting up our arms and our legs and all that stuff. So right now we've got the body, and the body's going to be separate. And I'm not going to attach the arms and the legs to the body. They're going to kind of be sitting on their own, but I am going to start to work on the arms and the legs here. So here I have an arm, and I'm just going to go ahead and bring that arm above that hand, because that's kind of how I want it to be. I want it to, when I look at this, I want to go to the arm first, affect that, and then I'm going to change the hand. So you want it in this chain like this. You don't want it like, oh, the hand's way over there and the arm's there. So you want to keep them all together. All right, so there's his arm right there. And again, I got all this stuff happening. So if I can click on that little button, see now it disappeared. Good, good, makes sense. All right, so we're going to that arm. So we're gonna put a bone in there. And it's just like I said before, where you start with the shoulder and the elbow and the wrist. So we're gonna go into here, the rigging tool right up here. And we're going to go and we're going to put it in the shoulder, and we're going to click, and we're going to go about where the elbow is and about where the wrist is. About here, you can see it's lit up. We'll put that like that. There it is. All right, and it's done. All right, so there he is. And now when I click on my transform button, it kind of lights it up so I can go through and I can see, do I need to change this? So he does do some weird stuff there, but that's pretty good, because the area is kind of above the line there. So like when I do this, you see, it moves kind of where his elbow is. He's a farmer, so he works on the farm. Let's see, so you can do that. You can do this. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Okay, so I'll put him back there. Now we'll get to that hand. So the hand, it's already kind of attached. It's not attached. It doesn't need any bones, basically. It's already got a pivot on the wrist. So all we'll do now is we'll just attach these things here, and we'll do this. So we just take that hand, which is here, and we'll go in between the box and the arm, and we'll let it go. And there it is. All right. So again, it's not in the right order, right? We need to change that. So what you do is just click on the arm, and you go up to the hand, in between the box and the hand, and you let go. And now it's okay. So let's take a look at that. We'll check it. We'll go in here, and we'll see kind of like what's happening. Get an idea of what's going on, what it's going to look like. So we can move it a little bit here and there. You know, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. It might be a little bit, see how that this kind of shape is in here. So this is where you could nudge it. So you could nudge it on top of that layer by just going, if it's Option key or Alt key, hold that down first, and then push that little arrow, make sure transforms on, and then also make sure, see my mouse is over here. It's saying, okay, I'm affecting this area. It didn't do anything. So now if I stay up here and I go to Alt, there, now it pops it there. So now it's doing pretty good. Yeah, not bad. So yeah, so this is one of those things, arms, the hands are kind of like that. Now I just went back to, I'm trying to get back to my default position. And now I'm going to do the Alt and the nudge again. And I'm going to make sure that I'm in this area right here. Alt plus, there he is. All right, good. So I got that arm done. All right. And then we'll go down to the next one. Legs. So let's go to the legs. So legs are fun. You can solo a leg. We'll turn off this by going up here and turn on it. We don't need our tools yet. We just need to turn all this stuff off. So you need to kind of select. There we go. Just go to that leg right here, select it. And we're going to put in our, there we go, turn that off. All right, so now we're going to put that in that leg. So legs are different, a little different. It's, you just, instead of elbow, you're doing a knee. So we're clicking on that. Make sure you can see everything. And this is something I'm going to do a little different. Since I don't have a separate foot here, I'm going to do this. I've found that this sometimes works, sometimes it doesn't. Now I do have this kind of shape in here, which might be affected. So that might be the problem, but let's take a look. So I'm just going to go to the hip, like somewhere up here, and just click and go somewhere where I think the knee should be. And then I'm going to go like where the ankle is. And I'm going to go down this way, a little below that. And then I'm actually going to go out this way where the toe is. Like that. So let's see how this looks. Now this might look sucky, I don't know, but if I can rotate that, ooh, look at that. Ooh, wow. I mean, I could get a little fancy. I could put another bone maybe in the middle there and another on the toe. So then it kind of would bend the foot if I wanted to. But anyway, that's better than nothing. So there you can see. It's kind of moving. Now see, sometimes that happens. So again, that's where that articulator might come in handy, where you could just kind of move it out a little bit more like that. You don't want to go like this much, because see how it'll shrink it and then it'll look kind of like this, right? There's no that it kind of affects the lines there, you see. So that's a little much, don't you think? So you can put it in between those lines is fine. Somewhere in here is fine, like that. And then you can try it again and see, yeah, that's better. Now it goes a little much this way, but who does that anyway? This is not bad. And then about there, it's getting a little wacky. So yeah, the thing about, I think they've made this now so you can actually keyframe your articulator, which is great. So you can change this, if you really need to get that one shot where you're setting up this pose like this, you could take that articulator and just adjust it even more. Works great. All right.
I had a question about that.
Yeah.
Sometimes when I use the articulator, and no matter how big or small the radius is, sometimes it deforms like areas that I obviously don't want it to deform, like parts of the foot. It deforms with the knee articulator. And I don't know why Harmony glitches on me like that.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you can like that, that's too
Yeah, I get
much.
that weird distorted effect.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you really need, sometimes you can just leave it alone and it's fine. But, you can check like that, that's probably too much, you know. But yeah, this is like I said, if you were to do something with feet, if you can just get away with having no bone there, that's fine. But it is possible to put a bone in there to kind of if you needed it, you know. And this is one of those things where you're just gonna have to test it. Just do what I did, just kind of put it in there and see. Oh, wait, because I was thinking as I was doing this, I'm going, well, that looks really great. I mean, I wonder if I could put another another bone like right in the middle between those so that I could move his toe and I could bend his foot, And so this is a lot of, sometimes you just got to test it. You just want to test out all this stuff to make sure it's working for you, Again, this is just, you're also trying to figure out what are you going to be doing with this guy in this shot. And you just want to make sure you're kind of thinking of all those different factors as you kind of put this together. And again, it's not like, if it does go wrong and you suddenly go, wait a minute, I think I need to put another foot in there, then do it now. Do it in this stage where you're setting it up, not when you've already animated, because you're just gonna have to go back and rebuild everything, and then you're gonna have to reanimate it, and it's just like a nightmare. So yeah, so if you can test it in this kind of situation first, you know, it'll be fine. It'll be a lot easier. But okay, so there's his leg. It's looking pretty good.
I have
So
another question.
Mhm.
Is it possible to just deform the leg and the foot separately with the foot being on a separate layer and then you parent the foot to the leg? Or does it not work that way and you have
no,
to
you can,
electronic substitution?
yeah, you can have a separate foot, just like the arm, the hand, if you needed to have a foot and you wanted to, show the toe, draw it so the toe is actually, bending up or curving down, something. I don't know. I mean, it's possible. And then that way, if I did need, I wouldn't put a bone in there, I would just go right to the ankle, and then I would have my foot, which I've already figured out where the pivot point is, and I'd have that set up. So yeah.
Well, that's what I tried to do. I tried to put a bone in the foot on a separate layer while parenting to a leg. And for me, Harmony doesn't like that. It moves the bone deformer to a weird place for the foot.
Okay.
Or it disappears altogether. But yeah.
I don't know. Well, we can take a look at that later or something.
Sure.
But for this, I'm just doing a leg and just keeping it one separate thing. And then, so we got that one. So that's looking good. And so there's no extra thing. So I can just kind of do that, make it go. What I'm going to do though is all those bone deformer titles, I'm just going to put bone instead of like BN for bone, just so I know that that's what it is. Of a bone body and a bone arm. And so, yeah, I just would like go back and relabel all this stuff. Just make sure it's all there. All right. So now we're going to the different leg here. And let's see. I've soloed this layer. So this is where you have to kind of find out where that solo is, because it's not showing. Oh, wait, I'm way over here probably. Wait, what's going on? Okay. What's happening here? Wait a minute. How come I see only one foot? But yet, okay. All right, let me turn this off. All right, how come I can't see anybody else? Where's my guy? Wait a minute. I think I'm in solo mode. In solo mode? There he is. Okay. So see, that happens sometimes. You get confused. Like, where am I? I think what it was I was soloing this leg, but then when I kind of went up here and I hit it, I can't find it. There's nothing soloing here. Oh, where is it? I lost everything. No, it was right in here. So I just have to, in any case, if that happens, just press the solo button wherever it is, it'll turn it back on. Okay, no, that was scary. All right, so now we're almost there. Woo, we're almost there. 5 minutes to go. Good. All right, so we go to that leg. So we'll just solo that leg. Kind of see that? Get a little closer to that leg. Move some stuff down on that leg. There we go. All right, we'll do the same thing. We'll turn off, just select only. Go into our rigging tool. And then just figure out, okay, so this is probably where I'm going to put the hip. This will be where I put the, and this is weird. You might have to turn this on to see where that other knee is, because you don't want the knees to be a little off, but I'm going to assume that the knee's there. I'm going to assume the heel is here, and I'm going to put another one of those toe actions there. All right. I'm going to check it a little bit. Down. All right. Maybe I need to bring this out more. So it does do some wacky stuff when you do that. You know, sometimes, you know, let's see. So just don't do that. That's that. He could be on his toes. Yeah, that's all right. All right. And then we got this one. Looks pretty good. Maybe just make it go out of between those lines a little bit more. There we go. Not much. All right. Maybe that's too much. Again, the nice thing is they made this so you can actually animate these things now. So you used to not be able to do that. So you can get like a nicer knee like that. And if you wanted to go more rubbery, you can bring it out more. It looks a little less like that. So yeah, so you just decide where you want it to be and go from there. All right, so I think that looks pretty good. So let's go back and we got that all set up. There he is. All right. Woo. Okay, so the other thing, just want to go into that layer. Just click on it. Click on it twice. Call it a bone. Bone. And I'm just trying to shorten these words because you notice when we start bringing in files, especially if we have to look at a harmony file, sometimes people label stuff way too big. And it hasn't been a problem in the past, but now it's like is a problem. So that's why you want to keep your titles short, figure out your naming conventions. Yeah, make sure you have those naming conventions. What? Yeah. Make sure though, because if you label something like my stupid right arm, you know, that's gonna Harmony's gonna bite you with that one. I guarantee you that you will be bitten by that one. All right, so let's go into the arm. Last one. There he is. Turn all this other stuff off by pushing that little button. Grab that, pull this down, get him in there so we can see him. And this is really a pain sometimes. You really have to kind of click around to get someone. What do you want to see? So we want to see the right arm, no, left arm. So I gotta find it. Where is it? There it is, left arm. Okay. All right, so we're playing a game today. La, la, la. So push select first to make sure we're out of that. Go up to your rigging tool. And then we might have to solo this arm. So let's do this. Let's just see kind of where his arm is. So about in here is where he's going to be bending. So we'll just go to solo that arm. There we go. We'll zoom in a little bit. We'll put it like right in here. We'll go to his elbow somewhere, hopefully in here. And we'll go to that wrist. In here, where are you? Get closer. Something like that, not a big deal. Okay, good. All right. Now let's take a look. Just want to check. Yep, looks pretty good. And then this, yep, broader strokes. Okay, so now we got that one labeled. And now we need the hand. So let's unsolo that by just clicking that button. And here, we can bring this up a little bit so we can see where he is. Let's see, turn off the body. Turn off the body, turn off the body. See, I should just have sound like that so you guys will stay awake and you'll be like, yeah, I'm grooving to the jive that he is putting on. Okay, so there's his arm. We got his arm. And now his hando. Let's select. And oh, I'm getting so excited now. So there's his hand. And we've still got some weirdness happening. So let's click out of that. So there's his hand. And you can see there it is. Okay. And it's looking pretty good. Now we're just going to attach it. So we're going to grab it. It's a two-step thing. You notice how right now that skin is like in front of the hand, which blends really nicely. As soon as I do this, I'm gonna watch it'll blend nicely too, probably. No. Okay, so let me just turn that off. I don't know why that thing is still on there. So there it is. So it's not bad. Looks pretty good. All right, so it's in the wrong place. So we just have to click on again and just put it in between the box and the hand. There we go. Great. Just in time. All right, so there, we've attached the arm to the hand. Medical students, I hope you have enjoyed this presentation. Remember, surgery is just cutting and pasting, that's all it is. With real humans. Okay, I don't know what that's all about, but anyway, you can see there's my deformation. There's my arm. I put in my arm. I got my hand. And then if we zoom out and we take this, turn on your transform tool that turns on everybody. If you turn on this one, you want to affect the bone, not the arm. You don't want to go in the arm and start doing keyframes. You don't want that. Okay, there he is. So now if he goes like that. There we go. You can see, hey, how you doing, Joey? Hey, Joey, what's going on? So we got that. We got his arm like this. Hey, how's it going? So here, now I can actually flip through my hand. So I can click on the hand and I can do those arrow keys and go boom, boom, bing, boom, bing, boom, bing. Now, this is a problem. Oh, no, it isn't. Because, yeah, I'm going through my hand. But why is it affecting that hand? Oh, because I haven't really. Okay, I'm a little confused. I'm a little confused. Okay, so, and it looks like it moved my hand. Ooh, so see, this is where things start to happen like this. And you start to go, oh, looky, looky, looky what happened. See, I did it correctly, right? I didn't do it correctly here. Let me see if this works. Hold on. If I do that, and I go like that, yeah, his hand is there. And if I hit hand, his target's there. So if I go like this, oh, yeah, it's not bad. That works. That's where it's supposed to be. Yeah, that's it. See, I was getting a little concerned when I saw that little pivot point there. I thought, oh no, he's going to rotate around this way, but I've already set it up the right way. So I did good. So we watched, I want to mention that. Anyway, yeah, all right. We watched an Encino Man. No, nobody saw that. Good. Brendan Fraser's in it. It's like his first movie. And there's a guy on there called Pauly Shore who kind of was like real popular for like that moment in time. He's so annoying. Talking like this chakunka lanky, making up little funny words and talking like this, making people think everybody from California talks like this. Oh, he's so annoying. Okay, sorry. Had to get that out. Okay, so there it is. We set this up. It works. Now, there are more things you have to do here. But basically, those are all the controls that you need to put into this rig. So all that. So if I go up here and I click on that, and I click on this, and I click on this, and I click on that, and I click on that. See, all that information is getting shorter. So we have little things in here we can deal with. And so this is how we animate. This is how we animate. So you notice, now here comes the big brain thing where you're going to have to kind of work with me here. Now I haven't set this up completely because I have to make a master kind of controller. And then I'm going to put all these things into it so that when I move the master controller, everything goes with it, right? I haven't gotten to that part yet, but I do want to show you just a little demo here of how to animate. So if you were to start off, you need to kind of click on something. We'll put this onto transform, and you can turn this off by doing this. And whatever you click on, it shows you a keyframe, right? So it shows you what you're clicked on, right? So if I say I want him to, on frame 1, say to frame 10, I want him to stand there like this. Notice his hand, where at frame 10, it's going to there. Well, remember, I got those, I can go to that hand, which I have to figure out which one it is. Nope, that's his leg. So right here, his arm, his other arm, there, this one here. So I would click on that, and I would have to open it. I'd have to go to that hand, see? And I'd have to just use that, go through and put it to the right hand that I want, which is the normal hand, which I think I have a normal hand. What? I have no normal hand. Uh-oh. What happened to my normal hand? Uh-oh. I have the splayed fingers. Oopsie. Oops, it looks like you made a mistake. Yeah, see, that hand and that hand is the same, and that's what I didn't want to have happen. Anyway, okay, well, so I have to go back and fix it, but hey, that's what I want. Anyway, what I would do there is I just get that normal hand. Right now, he has no normal hand. So let's give him a fist. Why not? Do we have that fist in the right place? Of course not. Why would you have it in the right place? Where's my fist? I thought I had a fist in here. Oh boy. This is not good. All right, so he has a pointy finger. Why not? He's a farmer. Got his finger damaged in the war, and yeah, so there we go. All right, so what I would do is I would just go into his hand, change that with the, and just make sure that all of them were the same thing, hand. I'm gonna make this work. So it's doing that. Okay, all right. Getting ahead of myself here. All right, so there's his hand. And yeah, Now, the thing is, you notice that he does disappear, boink, like that. So that's where you might have to bring more information in. Mainly just make all those things go forward, because what you're going to be doing is going through the timeline and clicking on like the body, and you're going to start here, say, and you're going to make a keyframe, which is over here. Where are you? Where did it go? Sorry. It's such an annoying movie. All right. Hello. The keyframe. I don't know. I'm not going to show you today. Keyframe, where are you? Where are you, keyframe? See, that's a new superhero. Marvel presents Keyframe. Okay, so my keyframes button is, why did they make it go away? Well, let's try this. Before I do all that though, I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this as a new version, and I'm gonna say that was all the parts on there. So now we've got all the, we've got it rigged. So I'm making a rigged version. Okay, so maybe I even say rig 1 or something like that. Just so I know I gotta go back and fix a hand. So there's rig 1, right? Save that sucker. It's saved. Okay, so let's see, what time is it? 11 o'clock. All right. Okay, so I'm not going to go into this anymore. I did find a problem with the hand, so I don't have a normal hand, which I thought I did, and maybe something during the whole drawing process. I really think I had. Yeah, I know I had it. I know I had it there. Something wacky happened maybe when I was setting it up, and I copied this one and I pasted it there. I don't know. Something happened. But that backhand on him is right. It's not right on this one. Okay. So anyway, there it is. So yeah, so he's out there to this. So what I'll do is I just go back and put in a bunch more of these. Make these go all the way to whatever scene you're working at. Hand can go out to there. Arm can go out to there. So you're just extending this. You know, all your information is being extended to fit. So because as soon as it goes past that, it's gonna, it runs out. It just disappears. All right. So that's all I'm doing. So I'm just going through with all the noise. I don't know if you can hear that noise now, but let's see. So yeah, so I can kind of come out here. So 60 is kind of what you always will bring in, but you know, most of your scenes are not going to be 60 frames long. So you would extend that. So whatever that scene is, however long it is, you want to make sure that all your parts are out that length as well. Okay, so it's just clicking on it, shifting, right? No big deal, just opening up that box and then going to the actual thing and then going to this one, opening up, clicking on it all the way out and making sure you got that hand. And the hand, you can click on any of those layers and just extend it like that, making sure you got everybody. See the arm, got to get that arm. See, got to get that arm out there. All right. So there it is. So now it looks something like this. Now, like I said, I don't have master controller, but I can put some keyframes in here for you. All right, ready? Let's do it. So what you want to do is you always want to, mostly you want to use your bones to move your stuff around. You don't want to go into your body parts unless it's a wrist or a hand. You can, but mainly body parts move with the bone body. Okay. All right, so here we go. Let's hopefully this will work. All right, now again, I don't have a key. All right, so I'm going to go into default mode and go to animating. I do know that when I do that, it will change the format around and put it on my laptop over here. Thus, you've seen a desktop. But if I fight with it over here, I bring that, now you can see it. And now I have some keyframes. Please, do I have my keyframes? Aha. What did we forget keyframing in Harmony? Is that the new pardon me, is that the new thing? Is that what we're doing now? We're not keyframing anything anymore? Okay, I don't see keyframe or anywhere here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to find out where that is because that kind of blows my whole thing here. So I can't believe they don't have that up here. I don't know. Keyframe, keyframe, keyframe. God, this is like, you know, it's like, yeah, I do an animated character. I can't animate it though. What the hell? Why don't they have it? So this is Harmony 20. Did I tell you that? Yeah. I'm going to switch it to hand drawing and just see if there's a keyframe there. There it is. Okay. All right, fine. Let's do this. I just need a damn keyframe. All right, here it is. All right, so there it is. Yay. What a set. Let's move this over. Oh my God, Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity. Okay, anyway, all right. Sorry, I'm just getting silly here. All right, so yeah, so there's my bone, and there's my, again, you want to find the body. There it is. We'll put our keyframe. Boink. We'll go to keyframe number 10. We'll put another keyframe. Doink. And we have animate is off right now. So maybe that was it. Maybe I need to turn animate on and then all of a sudden the keyframes appear. I don't know. But this is in hand drawn right now. And as you can see, it's so much, you know, there it is, keyframe sitting right there where you need it. I don't know why they didn't. And there's other keyframe things too. They're not there. All right. So now to try to impress you, go to number 20. We'll put another keyframe. And we'll do this. So now we'll just move some parts. So you're just basically, what you're doing is you've got a keyframe there. You can make them go like that. Again, these are not attached yet, but they will be. All right. So he can bend, maybe not so much. Let's see. We can just go in between here. So this is where I'm going to have to attach his arms to the body, just like I attach the head to the body. Okay. Maybe this isn't going to work. I'm going to have to attach all this stuff. I was hoping I could just do some, I could do a little testing. So we'll get out of this one by going up to, so is this how it plays? Is this really what they want us to do, is to go through and let's see. So select, if I select a different thing, there's his leg, but see, I'm going to affect this. So if I go to that, it's there, but I need to like turn that off. So now they don't, this is hand drawn. We don't do that. We don't do this in hand drawn. So is this what I have to do? I have to actually go back to animating, and then it clicks off, and then it has to like, there it is. And then I have to find that one little thing, which is like right here. And now there it is. Okay, I guess I have to do that, right? So it throws everything up there. So let's put a keyframe. So we'll just keyframe this. You can see what's happening there. So there's something for reference later. But look, it's not doing it. Oh, because I didn't set a keyframe, because I keyframed everybody here. Right. Okay. So you calling me a liar? I don't know. Is this not going to happen? There it is. There we go. Okay. Whew. Oh man, I was sweating there. But yeah, so he's bending his foot. Let's see what happens to his foot. It goes up into this position, and we just take that foot and we'll bend it down. So now he should. So his foot is angled at that position, you see. So that's something you got to think about when you're animating. So if you're going to affect this foot, you want to make sure that there's a key on that foot, on all the parts of that foot. All right, so as he goes up like this, we're going to bend that foot kind of this way. So he goes up, and then we're going to bend his foot just down just to see what that looks like. That. So then when you see it, it does that. That. Animating. I'm animating one drawing. Okay. So then if we go into the body, click on the body bone layer. The body bone layer. You have to watch out because it's in a different place now. Oh. Wait a minute. Arm, leg, body. Did I do? Oh, see? So you can see I have keyframe there for the body, leg, but also in the body I have a bone. So yeah, so this is where I would select the body. I click on this so I can go to that. And then I could go into this one like this. That. Maybe even bring it like that. I have no alarms attached to my body. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, you get the idea, hopefully. It's there, and all the parts of his face are just zipping all over the place, but that's only because I haven't set them up correctly. So, meaning I can go to the body, which has the head in there. The body bone. There's the head. So I could go into the head, and I can open up the head, and then I see all the things here of him flipping all over the place. So I could go to the mouths, and I could just make that mouth same mouth. By changing the mouth. So using bracket keys. That's why you need the bracket key. I was using this other thing because I thought, oh, they improved it, but I'm just going to put all those mouths, same mouth. See? Just bringing it back. Wait a minute. There's mouth. So hit it a couple times to get to there. Hit it a couple times to get to there. Sorry. It really affected me. All right, so yeah, so I have one kind of mess up. So I can actually go back. Where are you? Where? Okay, so I would extend this. This one is here, so I go back to that one, and then this one, I would go to something wacky there. All right, so I have to fix that one. But now when you look at it, you see that mouth is not moving. His eyes are flipping out. That's because they're going through everything, every single eye. And so what I would have to do is just go into my bracket keys and go back and I'm not eliminating them. They're still in my library. I'm just saying to it, just stay on this, stay with me, stay on this eye, right? And back to there. This one right back to the same one again. So now you can see, right? His eyes are good. His brows are doing wacky things. Again, you select it, go to the bracket key, and decide which one you want it to start with. You want it like sad eye, happy eye, whatever. So this was like the default beginning. So I would just keep it like that. Like that, see? That makes sense? Any questions? Any observations? Does this look fun at all? I know it's a little, you know, yes, it is a lot to take in, but see, now, I got a little bump there. So I just go in, bring it down. Yeah, see? So now, see? So now if I need him to talk or something, even when he's like doing this, you see, when he's moving, I could go up to those eyes and just kind of bracket key him. Just have him go down to this, and take him down maybe 1 frame of that, 2 frames of that, and then you can have him open his eyes this way. See, go to that kind of 2 frames there, 1 frame there. So then when you see, oh, he's alive. Yes, his arms are goofy right now, but that's what we'll fix. And then his arms, you can see how his arms work. You hear all that construction? Yes. I know it's annoying. All right, so again, we're going up here and we're finding that keyframe, which is not in animate, of course. I know it's here. There's probably something that you have to, I don't know, pull down or something. There's got to be something in here. It's not nothing. It's like not easy to get to. Who came up with this? All right. Okay, so there he is. He's doing that. I just want to get to that arm right here. I can't do a keyframe. Can I do this? I guess I can do that. Okay, it says insert keyframe, so I can right click and do it like that. Okay, all right, maybe that's the new challenge. Okay, so you can't find the keyframe button, just right click. So here, we'll have him do this. We'll have him, as he comes back, we're gonna make his arm. So we're gonna right click, insert keyframe. We're gonna go up to here. And we're in animate and we're in that. And we've got his, we have to change, click that. So we can see there it is. Now we can click on insert keyframe. And this time we'll go up that shoulder. Oops. Remember, I'm not going up here. I'm going in between the shoulder and the elbow. And trying to get it. See, now it's popping down the body. So I need to stay in the arm. There we go. That. And then we'll go into the air. Hi. All right. And yeah, and if we needed to move his hand, we could go up to here. Remember, there's no key for that. So we have to make a key in the hand. So it's basically this. Sometimes you can go to that layer. See, this is the thing I'm not sure about. I put a keyframe there and go up here like this. And then I put another keyframe here. And then I rotate it. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So see, it's okay. So he can be turning his hand up like that. And then if we put another keyframe in here, we could even change the hand. Since we're in hand, do the bracket keys. Go through and say, like, which hand is it? You do that. Hey, let me take all this, turn all this stuff off. Hey guys. Hey, what's up? So anyway, so there you can kind of get an idea of how to kind of what you're up against here. But if you, what I'm going to do later is I'm going to set this up, and maybe I can make a video of it or something. The first thing though to do now is to save it as a new version. And in this case, I'm going to say rig test, like rig test 1. So all that stuff is like on its own scene. It's not bothering the other scenes. So I go back to rig or something. It's all going to be just sitting there waiting for me. What I'll do is I'll probably make another little video to show you how to connect all these parts together and how to make a master controller that brings everything basically into one layer. Like all this stuff just gets shrunk down into one layer that's it's attached to. And then you can go in and put this in your library. Yeah, you have a library. And you can put that in the library. And then if you have that library, you can put in all of the scenes that you have. So you can import your characters into different scenes and set them up. And right now he's all kind of facing that one direction, but you can make another version of this where he's facing the opposite way by just flipping everything. So he's looking that direction. And so the whole point is that you would go in and make a turnaround. And that's how all those, like from that one guy that we saw last week, his whole reel was all about that, just taking a character and being able to just, I mean, his turnarounds are amazing because, I mean, our turnarounds would probably be like front, kind of 3/4, kind of side view, maybe back view or something like that. But it's like once you've got the, 3/4 this way, you can just flip it and call it 3/4 that way. And then front view stays the same. And then side view, if it's this way, you could just flip it to that way. So you're just making like maybe 3 rigs or so, but you're copying it and just flipping them and calling it the next, thing. And so that's how you put all this stuff into a library, which is just like a character, and you just like pull them into your scene, just grab them, pull them into your scene, make them however big you want them. And then, if you have another character like set up like that, you would set it up. But I mean, the main thing is just setting it up, and it doesn't take that long. I did this last night. It took me a couple hours to kind of build draw the guy and color him and figure all that stuff out. But today you can just see how I put all these things together, and it'll probably take maybe another hour just to kind of, make sure I have everything connected so I can actually pull it into a scene.